Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019. Part 1. Section 1. Section 2. Short title definitions. Part 2. Reorganization of the State of Jammu and Kashmir. Section 3. Formation of UT of Ladakh without legislature. Section 4. Formation of UT of Jammu and Kashmir with legislature. Section 5. Then we have Section 6. Amendment of first schedule to Constitution. Section 7. Saving powers of Government of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. Part 3. Representation in the legislatures. Council of States. Section 8. Amendment of 4th schedule to Constitution. Section 9. Allocation of sitting members. We have House of People. 10. Representation in the House of People. 11. Delimitation of parliamentary constituencies. Order 1976. Section 12. Provision as to sitting members. Lieutenant Governor and the Legislative Assembly of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. Section 13. Application of Article 239A of Constitution. Section 14. Legislative Assembly for UT of Jammu and Kashmir and its composition. Representation of women. Section 15. Qualification of membership of Legislative Assembly. Section 16. Duration of Legislative Assembly. Section 17. Sessions of Legislative Assembly, prorogation, dissolution. Section 18. Speaker, Deputy Speaker of Legislative Assembly. Section 19. Speaker or Deputy Speaker not to preside while a resolution for his removal from office is under consideration. Section 20. Special address by Lieutenant Governor to Legislative Assembly. Section 22. Rights of Ministers and Advocate General. Section 23. Rights of LG to address and send messages to Legislative Assembly. Section 24. Oath and affirmation by members. Section 25. Voting in Assembly. Power of Assembly to act notwithstanding vacancies and quorum. 26. Occasion of seats. 27. Disqualifications for membership. 28. Disqualification on ground of defection for being a member. 29. Penalty for sitting and voting before making oath or affirmation or when not qualified or when disqualified. 30. Powers, privileges, etc. of members. 31. Salaries, allowances of members. 32. Extent of legislative power. 33. Exemption of property of union from taxation. 34. Restrictions on laws passed by Legislative Assembly with respect to certain matters. 35. Inconsistency between laws made by Parliament and laws made by Legislative Assembly. 36. Section deals with special provisions as to financial bills. 37. Procedure as to lapsing of bills. 38. Assent to bills. 39. Bills reserved for consideration. 40. Requirements as to sanction and recommendations to be regarded as matter of procedure only. 41. Annual financial statement. 42. Procedure in Legislative Assembly with respect to estimates. 43. Appropriation bills. 44. Supplementary, additional or excess grants. 45. Votes on account. Rules of procedure. 47. Official language or languages of UT of Jammu and Kashmir and language or languages to be used in Legislative Assembly thereof. 48. Language to be used for acts and bills, etc. 49. Restrictions on discussion in Legislative Assembly. 50. Court not to inquire into proceedings of Legislative Assembly. 51. Secretariat of Legislative Assembly. 52. Powers of LG to promulgate ordinances during recess of Legislative Assembly. Council of Ministers for UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 53. Section Council of Ministers. 54. Other provisions as to ministers. 55. Conduct of business. Duties of Chief Minister as respects the furnishing of information to LG Legislative Council. 57. Abolition of Legislative Council of State of Jammu and Kashmir. Part 4. Administration of UT of Ladakh. 58. Appointment of Lieutenant Governor of Union Territory of Ladakh. Part 5. Delimitation of constituencies. Part 5. Delimitation of constituencies. Part 5. Delimitation of constituencies. 59. Definitions. 60. Delimitation of constituencies. Part 5. Delimitation of constituencies. 59. Definitions. 60. Delimitation of constituencies. 61. Power of Election Commission to maintain delimitation order up to date. Special provisions as to readjustment of parliamentary and assembly constituencies on the basis of 2011 census. 63. Special provision as to readjustment of assembly and parliamentary constituencies. 64. Procedure as to delimitation. Part 6. Scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. 65. Application of scheduled castes order. 66. Application of scheduled tribes order. Part 7. Miscellaneous and transitional provisions. 67. Consolidated Fund of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 68. Public account of UT of Jammu and Kashmir and monies credit to it. 69. Contingency Fund of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. 70. Borrowing upon the security of Consolidated Fund of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 71. Form of accounts of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 72. Audit reports.
73. Provision in case of failure of constitutional machinery. 74. Authorization of expenditure by President. Part 8. High Court. 75. High Court of Jammu and Kashmir to be Common High Court. 76. Special provision relating to Bar Council and Advocates. 77. Practice and procedure in Common High Court of Jammu and Kashmir. 78. Savings. Part 9. Advocate General of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 79. Advocate General for UT of Jammu and Kashmir. Part 10. Authorization of expenditure and distribution of revenues. 80. Authorization of expenditure of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. 81. Authorization of expenditure of UT of Ladakh. 82. Reports relating to accounts of Jammu and Kashmir State. 83. Distribution of revenue. Part 11. Apportionment of assets and liabilities. 84. Application of this part. Part 12. Provision as to certain corporations and any other matters. 85. Advisory committees. 86. Temporary provision as to continuance. 86. Temporary provisions as to continuance of certain existing road transport permits. 87. Special provisions as to income tax. Part 13. Provision as to services. 88. Provisions relating to all India services. 89. Provisions relating to other services. 90. Other provisions relating to services. 91. Provisions as to continuance of offices in the same post. 92. Provisions for employees of public sector undertakings, etc. 93. Provisions as to State Public Service Commission. Part 14. Legal and miscellaneous provisions. 94. Amendment of Section 15 of Act 37 of 1956. 95. Territorial extent of laws. 96. Power to adopt laws. 97. Power to constitute laws. 98. Power to name authorities, etc. for exercising statutory functions. 99. Legal proceedings.
100. Transfer of pending proceedings. 101. Right of pleaders to practice in certain cases. 102. Effect of provision of the Act inconsistent with other laws. Last section. 103. Power to remove difficulties. First schedule, second schedule, third, fourth and fifth. We have 5 schedules. 103 sections